Hello, and happy Saturday. Dr. Marcy here, popping in on this beautiful Saturday to share something with you. Yes, and this is going to be a little different because I'm tapping into my psychology side today, because I think what I need to say is going to help someone. And I will start by saying that I had this feeling all week about warning, some type of warning, right? And I know it's for me, but it's also for others, okay? And the warning has a lot to do with the people who are connected to you, okay? And this morning when I woke up, I felt that same thing. And number one, it was about people who are monitoring you and everything that you're doing for selfish gain. That's number one. And number two, the one that has really been sticking out is those with a narcissistic trait and how to protect yourself from people of this kind. Now, let me give my credibility statement now. The reason I can tell you about the narcissistic trait and the people who it may be housed in is because over the years of my life, I have had dealings with many people, from the workplace to family to platonic and romantic relationship, okay? So I have a lot of experience with it. And if you see me now, you see I'm still smiling, I'm still going, because I was able to identify it and get through them all and still deal with them with precision, okay? And so I'm going to tell you how to do that now, so that you can protect yourself and your loved ones from people who house the narcissistic trait. So I wrote down some things because I didn't want to forget anything to tell you today. But I will tell you, the first and foremost is pray and ask God to give you discernment and wisdom. Lean not to your own understanding, but get it from Him, because that's the only thing that can come against this type of trait in a person, because it's the reason the narcissist is so dangerous is because they house more than one spirit. So I'm going to go over some of the characteristics now, so that if you're around these type of people, how to guard yourself. Now, you're going to have to deal with them because it's rampant here in the world that we're living in. It is rampant. So you will, if you haven't already, been in the midst of someone with this type of trait, okay? So I'm going to go quickly over some of the things that you can look for. And one of them is manipulation, which is a form of witchcraft, okay? I'm going to drop some scriptures in this post to help you as well. But manipulation, it comes in all kinds of ways, subtle ways. It can come in such a sweet way that you don't even know is happening to you, to get you to give them what they want, okay? Manipulation, that's number one. Envy. Normally, narcissists are envious of the people they have connected to. So they monitor them, okay? And they want to know everything about them, not to celebrate them, it's really so that they can keep a grip on your life, okay? Number two, confusion. You ever ran across a person who's never clear about their purpose for you in their lives? They always got some confusion going on. They can't have clarity. They talk around the bush and not head on. Confusion, that's one of them. And we know God is not the author of confusion. All right. Another one, control. They have to have control. And that can be done in a subtle way as well, where you think, oh, they just care about me. No. They want control of you and the situation. Sometimes to the point of isolating you from others, okay? They want to be in every decision that you make, or they want it to look like they were a part of every decision that you're making. Deception. There's a lot of deception. They are the master of the smokescreen and delusionment and illusions. They look one way on the outside, but then behind closed doors, they're something totally different. And that is why it is so hard for people who are dealing with them to explain it to others, because they look like the queen and the king of existence when they're out doing good for the others. And you think nobody will believe you if you really told them what was going on, right? And then pride. We know pride comes before the what? Fall. They have so much pride that they don't want others to see who they really are, their authentic selves. And so they are always presenting something false because of their pride that they have, okay? And fear. Believe it or not, narcissists are very afraid. They often suffer with anxiety, okay? They're afraid of you finding out who they really are, okay? And so those are just some of the characteristics. There are so many others, but those are some of the characteristics of narcissists. You have different kinds of narcissists. You have what's called a vulnerable narcissist or a covert narcissist. And they're one of the most dangerous because they hide good. They can hide real good, like a chameleon, okay? Then you have a malignant narcissist, okay? They are something else. And you have an overt, where it's not hidden, it's out in the open. We all know you, okay? So those are a few things to help you identify it. But now, let's talk about where these narcissists appeared biblically and how they were handled, okay? Satan is the top narcissist of them all. He can come at you all kinds of ways. Sweet, conniving, okay? He was so sweet and conniving in the Garden of Eden. Eve ate of the apple and had Adam join. Okay, that's how conniving. And they will mix a little truth. Be careful. They will take a little truth and mix it so that you're confused and think, oh, well, that is true what they said. That does have something to do with the Bible. They'll do that. But you have to be discerning and you have to listen intently because they use those tactics. Next. Now, you also had Pharaoh. Pharaoh in the Bible, he was a narcissist. He wanted to keep the people in bondage for himself. Selfish gain, all right? He thought he could do no wrong. And God sent him many opportunities to repent. He sent Moses, his servant, to tell him, let my people go. He wouldn't do it. Then God sent plagues. So the people around him were suffering because of him. He still wouldn't do it until finally it hit his house. Then he decided to do it, but in his heart, he was already thinking, I'm still going to go after my stuff. Not knowing that he was about to disintegrate by his own devices. So he ended up dead in the middle of the Red Sea. Next, King Saul. King Saul was appointed by the people as a leader. He did fine while he had David in his house playing the harp and calming the beast in him and balancing who he was, okay? The real him. Until David got praise from the people, then Saul turned on him and tried to kill him. But what did David do? David didn't try to kill him, and he had many opportunities to do it, but he didn't do it. Saul ended up dying by his own sword, disintegrating by his own devices. Next, we have Jezebel. Jezebel wanted to kill out all the prophets that were sent to tell the people what thus said the Lord. She wanted to kill them, but she also wanted to stay connected to leaders, those of high status. She married Ahab, a king, and he became an enabler of her, which is just as bad if you're becoming an enabler of that type of spirit. What happened to Jezebel? She disintegrated by her own devices, fell from the rooftop, and her flesh was eaten by the dogs. Then we have Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was a narcissist. He ended up having to live in the wilderness amongst the animals like a wild man for 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. But he repented. He realized, oh Lord, what have I done? And because of that, he died a peaceful death when it was time for him to die. Why am I telling you all this? Because the way that we are to handle narcissists is to keep doing your ministry. Keep doing what God is telling you to do. Don't try to fight them. Just let them think you don't know. Because they will soon disintegrate by their own devices. Now, you will set up healthy boundaries. Do not let them into your space. I remember the very day years ago that God told me how to deal with that spirit. And that was, don't tell them the intricate parts of your life. Don't give them too much information, because what they do is they attach to your information. They might go in society and say, oh, she's my friend or he's my friend, just to get into doors, just to get the allies, okay? Or they use it to turn against you, okay? Characteristics of narcissist, all right? So keep doing what you're doing. Love others. Love them from a distance, though. Keep them at a distance, not too close. You will have to deal with narcissists in your life because it's here. That spirit is rampant here in this world. But you have to be wise in how you deal with them, okay? Set up healthy boundaries. Do not be an enabler. When they do wrong, don't co-sign with it. Call it out. But do not co-sign, because then you become an accomplice, all right? Now, I'm going to drop some scriptures in with this that you can pray over yourself, over your family. Insert your name. Even insert the narcissist's name, because we know God can change anybody's heart. But until he does that, beware. Be cautious. Okay? All right. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Until you see me again. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.